American diplomacy has its beginnings from my predecessor. When he told the world that the United States of America would not involve its citizens in the foreign wars of Europe, he amply loudened the country's voice in the ears of world leaders.
Don't believe he was speaking for the best interest of the people.
The people had just finished a war that defined them and the future of the citizens in this free land. How is it that you disagree?
The United States is the most powerful and, influential government out there. Without the United States government, how can the world be made as secure as, we wish it to be?
Why is it that you are saying the United States government? The government is not what the United States of America is. And it quite certainly is not the embodiment of diplomacy.
The government is what handles foreign affairs with other governments.
No, the executive branch is what handles foreign affairs with other governments. The government of the United States should not interfere with that constitutionally structured diplomatic responsibility.
Why should the executive branch not share this responsibility? More delegation means quicker, more proactive results.
Because it is illegal for the Congress to take on executive powers for diplomacy, since it is unconstitutional. You don't see the executive branch writing bills for the American people, do you?
Well, domestic issues require the president's attention, often more so than foreign affairs.
It is not the president's responsibility to write and pass law for the American citizens. That would be overstepping the powers of the executive branch. Hence, illegal.
Then who, would take care of the American people? There are lots of issues that need attention given to them.
There is a two-house Congress for a reason. It was designed to give attention to the people of the United States through representation of population, and more importantly, through equal voice.
But the president is the elected leader of the population. It would be irresponsible for the president to not, try taking care of the people's issues.
No, it would be unconstitutional for the executive branch to handle creating laws for the American people. What position did you hold before becoming the President of the United States?
I was the elected senator for my home state of Illinois.
And, as a senator, did you travel to foreign countries and speak on behalf of the American people in such manner of diplomacy as you do now?
Well, no.
And, as a senator, did you have the authority to sign into law or veto any bill the United States Congress had passed?
Well, no.
So do you see why we separate these political responsibilities? We do not wish the freedoms of the American citizens to ever be in jeopardy. The war that defined our independent nation was too important to let our freedom to govern ourselves go awry.
The Constitution does not clearly delegate every responsibility, though. It has never let, us know which branch is responsible for things as nuclear deployment or space station funding. There are many holes in which the president has had to fill, helping the people with nationalized, health care and extending such laws as the Patriot Act are key elements for the president's attention and leadership.
I don't think you are understanding what the office of the president is for. Legislation is not a component of executive power. Signing and vetoing legislation is. Providing that every citizen be required to obey legislation is not an executive responsibility. Keeping the citizens safe from foreign influence and military invasion is. Why is it that you do not understand your boundaries?